Oh shit!
Wow.
I was about to pick this off.
Nice. Good going. Smooth.
Nice. Wonderful. Well, hello, folks. Hello. I am filling in today as the, I guess, primary host of Let's Talk About Star Wars. My name is Evan. Today I'm out of clever names. But yeah, you know me. I'm always here, doing whatever. But we have a couple people on screen with us. I don't know. I've still not gotten used to orienting my hands this way. We have our wonderful producer, Soda, always. He's always great. You know him, you love him. But we also have famous Schmodown competitor and my bitter rival, Zach Burkett, on the show, folks. The one and only.
Zach Attack. Zach the Attack.
Zach the Attack Burkett.
Get it right.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Anyway, how are you today?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me on. This will be fun.
Yes.
Yeah. Happy to be here. Happy to fulfill in, help out a friend of me, friend slash rival.
More enemy than friend.
Yeah, definitely.
This is a subject that I know I can easily contribute to.
My
the other stuff, no nothing.
My arch nemesis.
Yeah, exactly. Absolute bitter feud between the two of us.
Where did the feud start?
Where did it start? You started.
I mean,
I don't even remember. You called me out, man. I don't know what your beef was. I don't know what your deal was. You were talking shit.
Here's what it is. I think
I didn't have any problem with you, man, until you started firing shots. Then I had to fire back. So
I feel like it might have actually been you.
Hi, Taco.
Also. Yeah. Hey, Mark. Mark is in the chat. He's my normal co-host, as everyone knows. But I think this beef started. I feel like you commented on something, and then it wasn't. I think you started.
I honestly can't remember, but
we
I feel
like
you were instigating something, and I called you out on it because you were asking for it. You were looking for trouble,
maybe,
and I called you out, and that's what it started. But I feel like whatever you said, low key, you said something passive aggressive or something. Something obnoxious, and I called you out, and I was like, no, hold on. Let me check this guy. Let me get him in check. And I said something, and that's what started it.
I think it might have started. They might have had us Malcolm Lay, famous Schmodown after show host. He had us on. I think that was both of our first interviews like ever. Within the Schmodown. I mean, publicly.
It was bound to happen. Like our rivalry was inevitable because
I think he had us.
We both, we're both. We live in Atlanta, same area.
Yeah.
And we both had that one interview mock match together.
Right.
For I don't know if I can say what faction it was.
No, but, you can say. We were meeting with Winston.
For swag, yeah. So we both found ourselves matched up even pre-draft.
Yeah.
In that mock match interview against each
fate.
other. And just from that moment on, we just knew it was just on between us. So.
Yeah, absolutely. The bitter rivalry continues. But it's great. I love it. I love the heat.
Luthor and Clark Kent, but just which version of the friendship,
Exactly.
But yeah, who's who?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'll leave that to you guys.
Yeah, I was going to say. I think most people would see Zach as the nicer guy.
Yes, I would prefer to be Clark Kent. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Jesse Eisenberg or, God forbid, Kevin Spacey. That can be you. So
here's what it is.
I was referencing Michael Rosenbaum and Tom.
Although Gene Hackman, though, that
Here's what it is.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I would have to be General Zod. We're from the same place. So yes. I think that's essential.
No,
but
This is not an IG podcast. This is the Star Wars podcast.
Yeah,
why are we talking about IG?
I don't even
geekdom stuff.
I have only, as of yet, I think seen one DC extended universe film.
Really?
And it was Shazam.
Really?
Wow. Yeah.
You haven't seen Justice League?
I haven't seen Justice League, Man of Steel.
Wonder Woman?
No.
So I haven't seen. I've seen Wonder Woman. I've seen Justice League. I've seen Shazam. I've seen
Shazam is cool.
Aquaman was pretty good. But yeah, that's about it.
James Wan directed Aquaman too.
James Wan, dude. Yeah. James Wan is amazing.
He's a hero. A hero in the horror scene.
Yeah, no, I've seen them all except for the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
I
And
haven't
that's
seen
yeah.
Suicide
So
Squad.
you're totally caught up, basically.
Of course.
I want to watch the new one. I heard it was
Yeah.
actually really good.
Yeah, I think
me
it
too.
looks awesome. It's I'm fascinated. So this is the thing.
Ooh,
When,
ouch, ouch.
oh,
Ouch!
That's not true.
Savage.
What was it that Mark said like a week or two ago? He said that I asked him who played. Oh, I guess it was like 2 weeks ago. I asked him who played Vader, and he said Nick Krause, I think.
Oh yeah.
And so he's not one to be
Definitely
talking
wrong.
about intelligence here,
Yeah.
folks.
Nick
But
Krause.
Nick Krause was the answer. But
For shame.
what was it?
Rest
not
in
the
peace,
DC
David,
films.
David Prowse.
R.I.P. and R.I.P. Richard Donner.
Dude, bro, have you heard? So sorry, tangent.
That's okay. I'm open to tangents, but real quick. By the way, let me just say this is going to be a very different show than normal. We're not going to be comparing characters, and we're not going to be ranking Sith, or we're not going to be doing any of the normal stuff. We're mostly going to talk about Star Wars eventually, but also movies in general. Because
I'll do whatever you want me to do.
I'm down for all.
You
of
set
it,
the rules. I'll just follow. I'll follow.
This is
This
is just a free flowing podcast.
But I have no talking points. I have no notes.
Yeah.
This is unstructured on my end. But if you have a structure you want to follow, let me know. We can follow the structure.
Don't worry. This show has no structure. It goes off the rails pretty easy
all the time.
Anyway, no. But my tangent though, dude.
Yeah.
There was an.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Was that Monty Python? What was that?
That was fantastic. So occasionally he hits us with that at the moment we least.
Does that happen just around here, like
all the time,
randomly?
Yep.
Okay,
all the time. Cool. So be ready. Anyway.
It really, really does.
Oh
yeah, and he has a bunch of preloaded gifts. It's wonderful. No, what is your tangent?
Oh, okay, dude. So there was an interview. I don't know if you heard this interview with David Prowse. Several years ago before he died, talking about his experience on Return of the Jedi. Have you heard this interview?
I don't know if I have.
I don't think I have. No.
So David Prowse is being interviewed, and he's just talking straight shit about Richard Marquand.
Oh no way!
He is going freaking savage on him, and Richard Marquand has passed away at this point, right? Okay. And David Prowse on record, like, and he's like, yeah, he was a fucking arsehole. I couldn't be happier when he died. Like he was saying that he was like happy that Richard Marquand died. Wow. He was like, he was terrible. Yeah. He was terrible to work with, all these things. But like he was like speaking ill of the dead straight up. He was
That's fucked up.
He was going ham on Richard Marquand. I was like, damn, David, like have some like tact.
Wait, that's a
but it was kind of funny, but it was kind of fucked up at the same time. I was like, damn, like, he wasn't holding back. He was calling him an asshole. He was just going on.
That's horrible.
I was like, and it was like years and years after, this was like 2000s. This was like way long after, the production. I was like, damn, he's still like holding that. Like whatever happened,
whatever really petty.
Whatever went down, whatever happened, man, it must have been
from
bad.
everything like I've seen of him like later years, he did seem kind of like he was a no F's given towards the end.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
true. That's very true. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. But no,
better that he didn't get to voice Darth Vader after all.
I do.
Maybe.
I love
footage.
Yes.
No, the footage is so weird.
And the Scottish accent.
Yeah. That's fantastic. It's an entirely different film.
It's
no.
For me, it's the same when you see Peter Mayhew giving Chewie's lines.
Oh yeah, he goes, "That old man's mad."
Yeah,
like a couple occasions. No, speaking of furry creatures, I wanted to bring this up too. When talking about the, I know, seriously. When talking about the Suicide Squad, I have this thing whenever these movies come out, and it's happened 2 times with James Gunn movies, where I hyper fixate on one character. Before Guardians came out, I was like really hyper fixated on Rocket. I was like, I want to see every bit of footage that they have of this guy. Every trailer that came out that featured a new bit of footage of him, it like thrilled me just because I wanted to see. Yeah, I'd never seen anything like that. Like a really hyper realistic, like animated main character. Like it struck a nerve with me for some reason. Like I really enjoyed it. And the same thing has happened with the Weasel in the Suicide Squad. So I want to watch it, if only for him, but I want to watch it in general. but he looks really cool, and it's the same actor and same director. Yeah, and it's pretty fantastic.
Oh, Sean Gunn plays him.
Yeah, he did the mocap for him, which is great.
I want to watch it. I want to watch it just to see Stallone as that.
My god,
as the shark,
King Shark, or whatever.
King Shark. Oh my god,
that's fantastic.
I just want to see like how far they go into the R rating.
Yeah. Oh no, I've heard they go really far.
It is a like explicitly like gory and like bloody over the top violent. Like I've heard it's like excessively like
you see King Shark's dick and
like you see like eviscerations and entrails and shit. So I don't know. We'll see.
Kind of comic book movie.
No, it's so I'm gonna reel things back into Star Wars here for a second.
Yeah.
Because
let's get back on topic.
Zach and I
Stay on target. Stay on target.
Zach and I have a lot of things in common. Zach, who was that?
That was fucking
I loved on it too.
Red fucking what's his name?
Sorry, what
Gold,
division do you guys
it took
play
me a
in?
while because I get Gold 5 and Red Leader mixed up all the time. I don't know what that's about, but that's Gold 5.
That was Gold 5. Yeah.
Okay.
Red Leader is Garvin Dryce.
Yeah. I say Dreas.
Dre, what? Who knows?
I mean, I'm just curious.
We never hear it. We know. Oh, so how do you pronounce Boosh?
I say
From Return of the Jedi.
I say Boosh.
Okay. So some people say Bausch.
I've heard a lot of.
And my whole life I've said Boosh. So when I hear Bausch, it throws me off.
It just sounds weird.
But it's like it's never said out loud anyway. So it's like it's all kind of up to our own interpretation.
No. These are the movies where in the same movie, in the span of the same movie, multiple characters will mispronounce like characters' names, like.
Han, buddy, don't let me down.
Han, and then there's C-3PO says Jabba, which is really weird.
Princess Leia.
Princess Leia is like they say that like twice in the first one, I think.
And let's not forget her disappearing British accent.
Yes, that is true. That is true. I excuse that. I take the cop out way of like she only really speaks that way when she's with royalty or with like with dignitaries and stuff.
The more you tighten your grip talking, the more systems will slip through your fingers.
Like,
where did that come from?
It's an Alderaan accent.
Yeah, sure.
No, there's the thing I saw. It was about Leia and Luke, and they're like being separated, and Bail Organa is like, "Yeah, me and my wife will take the girl. She will be loved with us." And then Obi-Wan's like, "I'll take the boy to his family on Tatooine. He will be tolerated."
I saw that.
That's a fantastic name. So who is? My phone is getting blown up. Let me lock it real quick. So Zach and I have a lot of things in common. What initially, I mean, obviously, like what stood out is that we live in the same city, but also Zach is a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker too. I don't really go into that much on this podcast or anything, but like film is like my whole shit. Like that's like my life. Zach is very much the same way.
Explains the really good intro we just had.
Yeah, thank you. Fantastic. Oh yeah, so I made a new intro, folks. I got bored over the last few days, so enjoy it. I hope you like it.
I made.
Yeah, no, I liked what you had. It was good, but it wasn't good enough, dude. So I had to change it. No, anyway, so I want to kind of approach our discussion of Star Wars with like a filmmaker's lens. No pun intended. So what I want to know, what got you into Star Wars? What got you into film?
Well, I would say Star Wars got me into film.
Oh,
Star Wars, a combination of that and like Jurassic Park and Spielberg, Indiana Jones. I grew up on all of that. That's all what got me into film.
Yeah.
I grew up on Lucas and Spielberg, but mainly Star Wars. What got me into Star Wars was short answer is my dad. He took me to see Phantom Menace in '99. I was 5 years old. Hello.
Oh shit.
Hey.
Hello there.
No, keep talking. Phantom Menace. No, I was listening.
He took me to see Phantom Menace in '99. And it was a very vulnerable and impressionable age for me at that time. My parents had just divorced. And there was a lot of instability going on in my life, and I was looking for something to kind of latch on to escape from my my tumultuous situation. Yeah. And my dad took me to see Star Wars. So he was a fan of the original trilogy. Not a super fan, but a casual fan, and he thought maybe I might like it, so
Right.
took me to see it, and he had no idea what the monster he was creating, because I took that movie and I just completely went dove head first into it. I just went wild and became obsessed essentially, because Star Wars kind of became my kind of escape from reality, and it kind of became my constant thing in my life in a time where things were kind of changing. Sure. I always, I had Star Wars, so that was kind of my gateway. Was Phantom Menace. My dad took me to see it, and I just kind of just went crazy, and I just latched on, and I've never let go ever since then. And I just kind of always loved it ever since.
You kind of grew up too in the same period where I did, where obviously the prequels were huge for you, but Revenge of the Sith, I think, hit this really it kind of, for kids at least, I think it caught lightning in a bottle for a little bit. I remember every kid was the toy line, they were making figures of the fucking the Polis Masson attendants and shit. They were making toys of everything at that time.
That was every prequel though. Every prequel was like that. Phantom Menace was insane. When Phantom Menace came out, I bought so many of individually named battle droids.
Right.
Anyways, fair. I want to say one thing and then we can move on. I want to talk about the lightsaber skills. No, I'm kidding. I wanted to jump in and make a dumb joke, and then Zach's like, "Well, my life was going through some pretty hard time. There was a divorce," and I was like, "Way to be the worst time to be like, sup, bitches!"
No, sorry, not to make things too heavy or anything like that.
No, it's fine. We can get heavy. Evan cries all the time. But no, my wife's letting me do this, but if she yells at me, I'm going to come back in. I'm off my phone, no real internet. So that's another thing. If it gets too choppy, I'll jump in. Zach, I being replaced by you is an honor. But I would like to, whenever it's my turn, I would like to tell about how I got into it, because I don't think Evan knows this. So
I don't know if I do.
Where are you right now, by the way?
Itasca State Park in Minnesota.
Okay.
I just walked with my daughter down the headwaters of the Mississippi.
Wow. Okay.
An hour ago. Literally an hour ago, I was inside the headwaters walking the first couple hundred feet until there's more steps. And and then I gave her a bottle. She's kind of making a little bit of noise. She's not crying yet. And I asked the wife, and she's like, "Go do it." So I'm sitting at a picnic table. Her family might walk by, wonder what the hell we're talking about. And here we are. But
the magic box.
Yeah. No. Why has he got his phone propped up against the grill yelling about how it's pronounced Boba Fett?
I think really I think Revenge of the Sith hit this really massive, because we weren't really old enough to get swept up in the pre-movie hype of the Phantom Menace, at least in my experience. I was 2 years old.
I'm a little older. Zach, are you about the same age? Are you about the same age as?
He's a little over 3 years older than me.
I just turned 28. I just turned 28.
Okay.
So I didn't know what Star Wars was before Phantom Menace. That was my first exposure to Star Wars, and then from there, I went back and watched the originals, and I fell in love with those.
Yeah. It's funny because we're very similar, except I did watch the Orig Tridge but maybe 2 years before. Okay. And I watched them extremely out of order. You guys remember there was the half face VHSs?
Yes, I've got those.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I love that.
I had
classic.
I had just Return. That was it. And I watched Return of the Jedi 1,000 times before I watched any of the other ones. And that was it. I was obsessed with Return of the Jedi. And
that's
then
the best one. So that's a good one to watch 1,000 times.
Empire Strikes Back's the best, but I have a soft spot for Return. When people talk crap about Return, I'm like, hey man, back off a little, okay? But it was then I got to see the original trilogy, and I was in 4th grade, the rest of it, and then I was in 4th grade when Phantom Menace blew up, and I dressed as Darth Maul for 2 years in a row for Halloween after that. all my friends, we decided who their favorite characters were. Like, it was huge, but we were just old enough that I noticed that the other, like, I remember watching Revenge of the Sith, and I'm going to piss Heaven off because he hates it. And I don't like doing this. And I don't like talking about negative feelings for a movie.
Oh,
that's not what we do on this. But I remember watching Revenge of the Sith in the theaters, like, man, this isn't really good.
Oh,
this
it's
is
fucking awesome.
Wait, and then it like
It's awesome.
ruined all the prequels for me when I was like, wait, maybe the prequels aren't that good. Like,
That's fucked
all right.
up.
Okay. I know it's fucked up, but I will state that I have a love for them, and it's because of the fact that I'm a movie guy first and a cinema guy first. I can't lie to myself and say they're perfectly made movies, because they're just the writing's really bad and a lot of it. But I have a soft spot.
Here's
what
here's what I'll say.
I think with
They're
the
good, they're just not great.
the exception of Empire Strikes Back, none of them are perfect. They all.
You're right.
They all have flaws.
It's true. It's
absolutely.
Here's
absolutely,
what I'll say
and that's something that I agree with that, and I've come to terms with that. But there was a little while there where I didn't even want to talk about the prequels when I was like 24. But now I've grown up, and a movie's a movie, and I like them all.
Right.
Like as far as I need to.
The prequels were a crucial part of my childhood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and they were for me too, and that's
It's just the prequels, like with those, the bad stuff is just, it sticks out more than they do in the real trilogy, I find. But for me, like the thing I hate the most about the prequels is the overuse of CGI.
Here's another thing.
Absolutely.
If
it's
in
a room like this, I don't want everything around me.
Let me go into something. Let me go into a couple things.
I want to hear this.
Because I am a staunch prequel defender. First of all, to Zach's point about Return of the
I don't
Jedi,
want this episode to be us arguing about if it's good or not. That's not what I want.
This is me
I want to talk about what I love too.
Right. Yeah. And so here's my thing about the prequels. But first I wanted to say, in terms of the originals, I actually think that 4 and 6 are really rewatchable, and I think Empire, I think I need to sit on it every single time I watch it. I can't watch it every 3 months, but I can watch Return of the Jedi every day. I can
watch it every day.
Absolutely. Return of the Jedi is just it's so fucking fun. I've said it before, but that is the movie, the Star Wars movie, where all the main characters get caught in a Scooby-Doo trap, and it's fantastic. They all get cut out, and they're like, "Whoa!"
Always sticking with your stomach.
Jedi is easily the one that I've watched the most.
Oh yeah,
it's the most rewatchable for me.
I had a trivia question for those VHS tapes, Zach.
Okay.
I want to know which character's face was on the Return of the Jedi VHS tape.
Oh, Yoda.
Yeah.
I'm the only guy here, and I have to redeem myself for my lack because I said Peter Krause.
Can you name the other two?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Empire was the Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's
nice.
Child.
Anyway,
I knew that.
So the prequels.
I knew all that stuff.
Here's what I will say. I love the way those movies are made. I think Revenge of the Sith is far and away the best of them. Some days I think it's the best Star Wars movie. See, it's unnecessary.
That was genuine. That wasn't on purpose, dude. I'm not trying to give you shit here. That is how I act when people say that.
This is, you take I don't think I really processed that Anakin was Vader until I saw Revenge of the Sith either. I don't think I paid that close. I was a kid watching these movies, and they kind of went over my head. Especially my favorite one at the time was The Phantom Menace, and most of that movie is about the complex political spectrum of the galaxy.
Around that age, it's safe to say that would be of all of our favorite. I know it was mine when it came out.
Oh yeah, no, it's incredible.
It's the better of the prequels.
I think all of the prequels are actually good movies, especially in the way that they tell their stories.
Okay.
Because if you look at each of these movies, there's such a consistent through line of what George is trying to do. You can see in the prequels, in the first one, in The Phantom Menace, you can see all of the plotting and scheming that Palpatine is doing. That through line is continued into Attack of the Clones. It becomes this neo-noir, mystery thriller
Which
kind
I love
of thing.
that.
It's fantastic. It's awesome. And then the third one becomes full on Shakespearean tragedy. Like you take this character that you're supposed to, I was a little too young to fully grasp this at the time. But if you're like, say like a 10 or 11-year-old kid starting with The Phantom Menace and you start watching these movies, and by the time you get to Revenge of the Sith, you're like, an older teenager, this character you grew up with all of a sudden becomes like the worst person in the galaxy.
He's a tragic hero.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
I got something I would like to say, and this is praising. This is me saying a really good thing about the prequels. So you guys remember like Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man movies with Andrew Garfield, which I'm not going to say anything positive about, and I don't want you to either. And then cool. The Michael Bay Bay Turtles, the Ninja Turtles. He didn't direct them, right? So both of these movies did a thing where all of a sudden fate was a thing, like destiny was a thing. When Spider-Man was always supposed to be a random nerd from Queens getting bit by a spider, now the spider was made by Parker's parents and it was made for him, like this. And then now the turtles were made by like April O'Neil's dad, and it was like, now there's destiny, right? And it's such a lazy kind of cliche writing. And the adverse to that, and I think the destiny done extremely right. Yeah. Legends wise, the legacy comics with Cade Skywalker follows it really well. I love the legacy comics. Love them. I bring them up all the time. And I wanna do Cade versus Dooku with Chris Anthony Lopez. But anyways, I love how the prequels covers that. Because it is destiny, and the whole time it's always on Anakin's shoulders. I have to bring balance to the Force. Hey, and then it literally gets his head big and Revenge of the Sith. Like, what do you mean I'm not on the council? I'm bringing freaking balance to the Force over here, dicks. Like, I'm way more important than you guys. And it literally builds his head, and it shows you of what destiny and what prophecy can do, because it drives him to that, and then it lets him easily be manipulated, and then it turns out his son brings balance to the Force through ways of him, like him saving him, all this stuff. I think that is the best representation of destiny in any trilogy. I think it is amazing. Do I love those films? Absolutely not. But I love that. That is, and that's what Lucas can do. Is Lucas writes the best outlines ever, but he can't write a freaking love scene or a flirting scene to save his life. Like, I'm haunted by the kiss you should have never have given me. Oh my God, I want to die right now.
You're in my very soul, tormenting me.
And like I hate the overuse of CGI. Like there are a lot of instances where I'm glad it's there. It's just sometimes it just hurts my eyes, but just how busy and loud and like not real everything is. I like to have a real environment.
Dexter is the perfect.
He got carried away.
Here's what I'll say about that.
What he could do, the technology. I mean, he was pushing the boundaries. I mean, he was innovating, but he went a little bit too far.
Here's what I'll say about the
Jar Jar Binks being a first full CGI character made by motion capture. That is extremely impressive. Well, it's made to make Jar Jar Binks, but still,
Jar Jar's great.
Okay, cool. I'm glad you sleep at night. It's amazing for me, but I don't. Knowing that you know that, I can't. But no, the fact that he was trying to do something that we didn't really perfect, like tell like apes, like 10, 15 years later, I'm not going to do the math right now, but he was attempting that is still kind of amazing. Like,
I think there's I don't think there's a real instance in the prequels, and I don't want this to launch off into a bunch of like yelling.
I'm not here to argue with you, Evan. I'm here to talk about how much I love Star Wars.
I don't think that there's an instance in the prequels where I look at the shot and I'm like, oh, that doesn't work. I don't think there is a single instance in the prequels where I see that.
I can think of a couple.
Can I diplomatically tell you one? And if you think, and if you go, no, I like that, then I'll shut up. Okay. Dexter. I love the character. I'm not talking crap about the character, and I love his design. I'm not talking crap about his design. I love Basilisk. I love them. They're such a cool. But he's constantly like like moving his arms around. Like if you watch, he's pulling up his pants. He's like blowing his nose. Yeah, no, but why? A person doesn't do that. I don't just walk around like, hey, what do you know? Like, I don't just do that. No,
sure they do. Sure they do.
They
That
constantly have to
constantly
move. Naturalistic. It's something.
This is the big boy problem.
It's cartoony.
You're always readjusting your pants. Yeah,
it's cartoony.
So is
I'm a big boy.
A New Hope. So is everything in Star Wars.
Okay,
like
that doesn't bother me. I think it adds texture. I don't know.
I think a lot of
I never had an issue.
It looks like somebody spilled some Looney Tunes in my freaking.
Because the Ewoks weren't that either, were they? No.
Ewoks were cannibal bears, and they're terrifying.
But then
Wicket literally are terrifying.
Wicket literally takes what is the tool that trips people? You throw it. It's like
a sling,
a bolo,
whatever that. Yeah, a bolo. He literally takes a bolo and wraps it. He swings it around and he wraps it around his head, and a rock hits him in the face.
That was the
entire
point taken. That was
the origin of Jar Jar Binks. That slapstick moment.
Yes, Star Wars needs goofiness. 100%.
Point taken. I'm just all right.
I will also say a lot of the people who say that there's a lot of CGI in the prequels that doesn't work. A lot of it is actually practical effects that are filmed against a blue screen.
It's just sometimes it's just for me because I prefer the hybrid. It's just it physically hurts my eyes sometimes.
Like when the whole hallway. Like, do you really need a hallway to be CGI? Can't we just put the characters in a practical set when they're literally surrounded by blue and they're just walking, and then everything around them is fake?
They built a miniature so that they could theoretically like expand the entire cloning facility.
I know what they want. Yes, but I'm talking about like the little subtle. Supposed to be unnoticed, but I don't want to argue with you, Evan.
Right?
No,
I know.
And like
I just want. Let's agree to disagree with the CGI because I'm never gonna say I like it.
Like you said right there, with like they built a little bit to replicate the rest. Like that is what I think CGI should be used. It's just when you literally a person that your cast is in the room and then like everything is CGI around them. It's like that's when it's a little much. Make a wall.
Yeah,
like, I feel like the sequels struck that perfect balance of practical with CGI to complement and enhance the practical effects without being overly reliant on CGI.
You put Simon Pegg in a saggy fat suit. You won me over right there. They built the Millennium Falcon again, like the insides, to scale exactly what they needed to. That won me over. I'm not going to get into what I dislike about those movies, but that definitely is one thing I loved. And I got one more olive branch for prequels.
Okay.
There is a jaw drop, oh my God moment, at least one in all three.
Okay.
Number one, Duel of Fates, all of it. But the beginning, the first time
when
Darth Maul does the hand back, and then the one goes and the other one goes, and both of them light up.
It's like the dance of seduction.
Yes.
Incredible.
Yes. And they both jump.
Yeah.
I still get chills.
Attack of the Clones? Attack of the Clones? When the Jedi strike team shows up.
Oh my!
If you were a kid, the first time you saw that, you're like, they can do this? They're allowed to do this? You can have this many Jedi? Like, that scene still to this day, I go, what are they doing right now? There's so many Jedi in this scene. Like,
when they're cornered, they're surrounded by droids in the arena, and then Padme says, look, and those like fucking Valkyrie LAATs descend on the air on the perimeter. It's awesome. It's so cool. Yeah. That's the start of the war.
That whole third act is amazing. Yeah. The second act is insufferable, but the third act is amazing.
Agree to disagree. I don't mean to be so dickish about this. I've just been. You have to realize my whole life has been just blocking people's hits from every direction.
But you can love Star Wars and agree that some of the movies aren't good. The movies, the Star Wars is more than the movies. Movie to love
Star Wars.
Star Wars is way more than the movies.
Yeah, like when I do my watch through, it's like, I don't just randomly pop in a movie. No, I do a watch through. I start with episode 1, and I look forward to watching episode 1. I recognize they're not the best movies, but I still enjoy them for what they are.
Like I saw people, like 30-something-year-old fans, at the midnight release of Phantom Menace 3D in 2012. And that tells me that there's still some love in people for that movie.
Of course.
I was there.
I was there.
I'm bummed they didn't do the rest, but I mean that was
I know, right?
Yeah, I know. I was so excited for them too. They did them at Celebration, I think, actually.
Oh yeah.
Like I think they ended up like dedicating like a hall to it one day or something.
I never got to see the original trilogy in theaters, and that would have been my first time with. So I'm kind of bummed I didn't get that chance.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's
the only Star Wars movie I haven't seen in theaters, ironically, is my favorite, Return of the Jedi.
Oh wow,
nice. I've seen the original. I think I've seen. Yeah, I think I've seen all of them.
Wow. Did you see the special editions when in '97 or whatever?
No.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, I've watched the not those special editions, but the now special editions. We rent out theaters on my birthday and watch them. So
nice.
Yeah. That was my 30th birthday. I got an idea, and I think you would love this, Evan.
Okay.
We can go back and do 1 and 2, and I'm eventually going to run out of light, so I should just bounce. I mean, I'm in the middle of the sun's going down, but but I was thinking, since I just did that with 1 and 2, and I still want to do we can just say favorite scene. It doesn't have to be an OMG holy crap moment, but we should do favorite scenes because I think that would be fun.
Absolutely.
And I want to do my third, but if you guys want to do for 1 and 2, if they're different for mine, we can do that first.
Sure.
Hey, look at phone structure. There's structure in this show.
That's
I heard
fine.
you talking shit.
I want everyone to know, keep in mind also, not only am I a prequel defender, a sequel defender, I'm also a special edition defender.
You're just the Star Wars defender.
I am the Star Wars defender.
No, he's made in a lab to piss me off.
I'm a special edition defender because that's what I grew up watching. Yeah, I saw the original versions first when I would rent them from the library, but it wasn't until my grandma got me the special editions for VHS for Christmas. That's when I started devouring it like mad.
I'm still confused to this day when I watch special edition. Like when Han walks out of the hut or walks out of the cantina and Jabba the Hutt's there, I'm like, wait, what's this scene? Oh yeah, this. Like I watched the original so much.
Mm-hmm. People can tell me whatever they want about the CGI in Mos Eisley, about the Han stepping over Jabba's tail, all that stuff. The one change that I will never ever change my mind on, and I don't like to be this stern, but I will never ever concede. I
want to type it to somebody because if this is what he's about to say, I'm about to sleep.
Absolutely love the replacement of Sebastian Shaw for Hayden Christensen.
Oh,
I think that shit is perfect. I think that is the good man who was Anakin Skywalker personified. That is who he is. And that person was reborn when Vader died.
Because that's
I think seeing him in that form,
saw him as Anakin. That's who he was.
He never looked like
Sebastian Shaw is hated. They replaced
Sebastian Shaw was the guy who appeared as Anakin as the Fourth Ghost in the original Return of the Jedi. And then
I'm thinking Sebastian Stan and how he looks just like Luke. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Stan.
I get them mixed up. Also, Sebastian Shaw is a Marvel character too. Like that's
he's in the X-Men First Class. He's Kevin Bacon.
Yeah,
he's Kevin Bacon.
Yeah. It's weird.
And it's weird because because he also played the unmasked Vader, in the makeup and everything. But then when he appears, as the Force Ghost, we never saw that version of Anakin. So
that's 100%.
And also, I was confused for years. Like
Luke wouldn't know who this guy is.
It's true. Granted, I guess he wouldn't know
that version of him never exists. Well, yeah, true. But we, the audience, have never seen that version of Anakin. He never existed in that form.
Look, it's old Ben, Yoda, and some fat dude. Who's the fat dude? I mean, no idea who the fat guy is.
People also.
Why are you weight shaming Sebastian Shaw?
I'm weight shaming myself.
He's dead. Leave it alone.
I hate myself, so I take it out on everybody else.
I will never.
Shut up, only skinny guy here.
I can appreciate. Yub-Nub just fine, but I will never be.
Victory Celebration.
Victory Celebration is so much better.
100% better than
John Williams just fucking nailed it.
Yub-Nub is.
I agree.
Yub-Nub is anticlimactic.
Yes,
it is. It's goofy. But Victory Celebration, it's
incredible.
The emotion, the swelling of the emotion.
I love it.
Powerful. Yeah. It's my god, it's so much.
You can't.
That is probably the one change that I think was the best.
Me too.
I don't want to.
It's nice to see everybody celebrating, but it's nice to also see just the grand scale of what this means throughout the universe.
Yes,
you're able to see Coruscant, Gungans, and all that stuff. I like that change.
The only change, and again, I don't want to make this me complaining, but I still to this day, hate the new Jabba dance
Jedi Rocks.
scene. I hate Jedi Rocks, man.
I found out. I found out
I
something
loved it when I
interesting
was a
from the
kid.
soundtrack show. That was
I hate
originally supposed to be in the movie. Like I'm pretty sure they wrote the song back in the 80s,
I'd heard
but
that.
they never got to do it.
Sure, but he
they
said that
couldn't
about
do it.
everything. He
Right.
said that about all of them. He's like, oh, there should have been 80 dewbacks. That's what we always wanted.
Right.
To be honest,
It's
this
fulfillment
one,
of his vision.
This one I think is more plausible because it would make sense that it would be in the script back then because it is like you're essentially at a party.
Then,
Keep in
then
mind-
you can but give me it for 5 seconds. I don't need a music video, whether it's not the original or not. Like that doesn't matter. It's the fact that I'm now taken out of one of my favorite openings, which is the Han rescue
heist.
sequence.
Yeah.
To see this like huda,
I will say-
like
I have
no,
a
no,
problem
go
with
ahead,
Joe Yowza. I don't like how
Fuck Joe Yowza.
he breaks the fourth wall. He runs up to the camera and
You're
opens
right.
his mouth
He's
and
like Joe Cocker.
belts
he
into
he moves just like Joe
the,
Cocker.
belts into the camera.
yeah,
And you
what's
see
he doing?
He's got like saliva like hanging like in the back of his throat or
Gross.
whatever. And it's like that was a little I could have done without that.
I do like
Also-
Lopty Neck more than Jedi Rocks. Lopty Neck should still be in the movie.
I don't
Jedi
need
Rocks, Jedi Rocks is catchy. It's a catchy.
It is
tune.
catchy.
I don't
100%
need
agree.
somebody blues singing like what's that? The guy from Blues Brothers who was a real guy. No. The actual blues singer. He's the old man who does the Minnie the Moocher at the end.
Cat Calloway.
Yeah, Cat Calloway. Thank you. I normally know it, but camping, truly burping. Cat Calloway. I don't need somebody to come up and Cat Calloway at me in a language I don't understand. I just don't need that, man. I just don't need like like I don't know what any of that means. Like, get out of my face, dude.
No, I wish Lopty Neck was still in the movie, but I can tolerate pretty much most of the changes to the special edition. I think they should still be commercially viable, but
Yeah.
like I think they should be available to the public.
Only things I can't tolerate is the weird ass crate dragon noise that Obi-Wan makes. They changed that like 3 times. Every edition they keep changing it.
Yep.
And it gets worse and worse. And it's like, why are you changing that? It was fine. And now it just sounds ridiculous. Like whatever sound he makes now, it sounds so stupid. So there's that.
I think I know what it is. Go
And
ahead.
they added the rocks in front of R2D2 when he went. When he's like hiding in the canyon, and that was stupid.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they did that.
And then so, but I think the worst one is the no.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought that was the one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I cannot watch that version of Return of the Jedi.
I've turned off the movie before.
It completely it ruins that. It's such a powerful moment.
It's true. No.
Who's this? 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
Someone's here for Zach's birthday. Who's there?
Somebody's singing happy birthday. Yeah, my birthday was the other day. There's someone's in my house. Somebody just came. Someone's
It's
here.
someone you
I
don't even know.
Evan, did you
I don't know.
send a
I don't know.
stripper?
Someone came downstairs. I don't know who's here.
Evan sent a stripper. Let's just
Hi, I'm currently live
She looks
streaming.
like
So if
Ula.
you walk in front of me, the
Nah.
internet sees you. So just giving you a warning. Sorry, somebody, my in-laws are like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Hey, if you walk over here, people are gonna see you. You should probably go around."
yeah.
No. So you wanted to go into favorite moments real quick.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
Can I do my Revenge of the Sith and then bounce out?
Yeah, go
Just
ahead. By
Because
all
it's
means.
getting dark,
Yeah.
and
If you want
also
to
my
all
internet's
6
all choppy.
or all 9 or all 12.
Oh,
I can easily
Clone Wars.
do all 6.
Yeah, do all 6. I don't care.
I can try to do all 9, but I just don't want to get you mad when I say there is none. But
There's got to be one moment you like in each of the sequels.
I only watched.
You don't even like the duel
What duel?
in Revenge of the Sith?
Revenge of the No. I
he's talking
got one
about the
from Revenge of the
sequels.
Sith. We're talking about the
Oh,
sequels.
you're talking the
I'm
sequels.
about to tell you my favorite moment of Revenge of the Sith, but dude had to throw rocks and stuff. But all right, let's get to them. Let's see if I can. But I've only watched. I only watched Last Jedi twice. Because I didn't like it the first time, and then I gave it a second chance, and I like it more.
I commend you for
Um,
giving it a second
Yeah,
chance.
me too. Me too.
Yeah. Well,
He
and
deserves
again,
it.
I
He
didn't.
deserves a second
I
chance.
me and Evan have talked about this. I don't dislike it for any of the stupid reasons that like freaking
Racists
right-wing
say.
media, racist, sexist piece of garbage. No, I don't
Uh-huh.
like it because I think it has bad pacing, and I think a lot of it's just a sloppy movie. And I also it was really overhyped for me because I love Ryan Johnson, and I
Oh,
was
yeah.
like, dude, what's going on right now? But all the reasons why a lot of people disliked it. And all the stuff that J.J. Abrams, and this is why I really don't want to defend. I don't want to. Evan can all he wants. Rise of Skywalker is because all the decisions that Ryan Johnson made, I enjoyed, and then they backed out of them.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that Rey. There, I'm saying my favorite for my favorite thing for Revenge or Last Jedi right now. Then we'll just get it out of the way. When Kylo says, your parents were nothing. They're freaking whatever. You know the line. I've only seen it twice. But when you find out that she's not that lame Destiny's Child, that lame fate.
Yeah.
But why can't she just be a powerful loser? Like, why not? Like, why do you have to have powerful parents or the clone of some evil empire? It's emperor. Why not? But
I wish they stuck with that too.
Me too. And so let's go back.
Right,
Revenge
3.
of this, Revenge of the Sith. I had it, and now, this is how Liberty dies with thunderous applause.
Hell yeah!
It's one of the most powerful moments.
It's
love
so
that
chilling,
moment.
man. That shot of Palpatine going like this from behind,
and the
like,
score,
score.
Oh my god!
Intercut with Anakin slaughtering the Separatists.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Incredible.
So I played a role playing game. I have to bring these up. I played a role playing game where I played a.
Wait. You play?
I got this.
You play a Star Wars role playing game?
Yeah. Yep. Bunch of them.
I didn't know.
That's the first time one that Amazing Nerf Herder ran. I was a pilot who was a guy who lost his entire family on Alderaan, and he has survivor's guilt. So he was a drug addict, and he never wanted to sleep. So he kept taking a drug that keeps you awake. I think it's called I don't know. It's some purple chew, but it doesn't matter.
Cocaine.
Yeah, pretty much. But all that being said, somebody brought up the Jedi to my character, and I'm tired of people knowing what happened. I think it's stupid. I think every character who's like, oh yeah, I've seen the movies. You didn't see the movies. Right. So I came up with how I would perceive what happened. And it was the Jedi tried to overthrow the emperor, and because they wanted the power, and then lightninged him, and he barely survived, but him being lightning snapped, and then he turned evil afterwards. And that was the headcanon this guy had. And all of them got mad at me. Every player's like, what'd you just say? I'm like, that's how I see it.
Alex Jones.
Yeah. But no, I think that what else do you see? If you weren't in that room, you know that and then if you believed it, because he didn't immediately, well, he did. Now we know in Bad Batch, he immediately went evil. This is before Bad Batch. But you don't think he was evil right away. The Jedi did try to attack him. We do know that. So I thought of maybe that's the catalyst that turned the Emperor evil, because Senator Palpatine was a good guy. Yeah. As far as we know. But anyways, so thunderous applause. That adds on to why I love that, because I think that scene is just so powerful, because I do feel like I'm duped by it. Like, look what the Jedi did to me. Like, oh yeah, look at him. He's all messed up now.
Right. Oh, that beautiful moment when Anakin comes in and all he sees is Mace Windu about to kill his mentor.
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, he got him. He got him.
Yeah, because he doesn't see everyone who sees that.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful.
All right. I'm gonna rock through these, and then I'm gonna enjoy you guys saying yours.
Okay.
I haven't got these ready. Of course, I know what Empire is, but
Oh wait. Oh, I know what yours is. An Empire.
You know what mine is. We talked about it last week. We talked about it all the time.
Not really 50. You'll get a little bit more. Don't worry.
No. We got plenty of show left. We're gonna go 2 hours and 50 minutes. Let me say my New Hope, and I have to think of my New Hope. Do I have to be? Can I be cliche? It's got to be.
Are you gonna say the Binary Sunset? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be, right? It's one of the most beautiful moments of all times. Like, and it's his call to adventure. It's so perfect.
And the best motif for a scene out of all the Star Wars motifs.
It's pretty up there.
Yeah.
And I think seeing his I have to add in seeing his aunt and uncle dead with that, because that is really powerful, and it also was really gruesome. And it's something that And I actually like one of my gripes for that movie is that he mourns them for a
For, like,
like
10
for a
seconds.
moment. Yeah, he's like, "Oh, they're dead." So
Yeah.
lightsabers, huh? Like it's like,
That's true.
let's go get drunk.
Right.
but all right. Of course, Empire. Evan, do you want to tell them what my Empire favorite moment is?
He loves the Yoda hut scene when he reveals that he's actually Master Yoda.
Yeah.
And
I
not
think
just
it's-
this creepy little green dude.
I love all the Yoda scenes in
Yeah.
Empire.
Yes,
It's
yes. And I do think that Frank Oz puts in the best performance of all the prequel trilogy or original trilogy. I think that Frank Oz is the best performer of the original three easily. I think that I just think he is. Yeah, the for years I've watched this. He's always put his head to the future, to the horizon, never where he was, what he is doing. Like I think that monologue is my one of my favorite monologues. This is my mother-in-law. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Debbie.
But yeah, so that's
Debbie.
she can't
I
hear
have
you.
a video.
Are my headphones doing the horrible clipping thing?
No.
By the way,
You're good.
Not this time.
no, it's the same ones though.
But
the
it's
same
I don't know
ones.
why it's not.
gotta
It might be a
something like
connection thing. I don't know.
Always
yeah,
Oh,
because
that
two
guy.
headphones in a row did it to my laptop. All right.
I
anyways,
have a video to send you, by the way, that prominently features that. It might help you appreciate The Last Jedi a little more, just a little more. But I'll.
Okay.
It's about Luke anyway.
I want to get out of here.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to get out of here. And I'll now they betray. Now you're. Thank you. So like your sister, so you have a twin sister. Your feelings now betray her too, and if you can't be turned, maybe she will. And then he lights up the lightsaber.
Oh my god!
Oh, never! Like, and the green lightsaber comes up, and then he just comes at him ready.
Chill,
And at
just
that
thinking
moment,
about
you
it.
know, Luke could have beat Vader this whole time.
Yeah,
Because he kind
gave in, man.
He kind of handles him
Yeah.
after that moment. Like he's kind of like, "What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?" And then he hacks his arm off.
Mhm.
All right, I got two left. I'm not gonna do the spinoffs just because I gotta go.
That's okay.
You see how dark it's getting.
Go ahead.
I would kind of just say the third act of Rogue One. All whole
Sure,
third
that's
act.
fair,
is
fair.
Insane. Or the fact that when the bomb goes off in Rogue One, because I didn't actually think they would. I didn't think they would just bomb all the main characters. That kind of blew my mind for such.
It was
Okay.
cool.
Now I didn't think I would do this with Force Awakens, so I might have to think about it.
Ooh, I know mine.
I keep going right to the cliches because I haven't thought about it. But I might have to go right to Han's death.
Yes.
That's mine, too.
The
That's not
cinematography.
cliche at all, though.
Really?
No, it's not.
Everyone, it's
I
like a
think people
memorable
hate
moment.
that moment, though. I think people
the
genuinely hate it.
That moment made me hate Kylo Ren, and I never
it's
forgave.
awesome.
I
though.
never
It's so
forgave him
sad.
for that. I never forgave him for that.
The cinematography is great. So
It's
his
so
face,
beautiful.
his face is lit red on one side, blue on the other.
Yeah.
When he's talking to Han,
Yeah.
and then when he lights up his red lightsaber, it lights up the blue side, and it shows that he fully
And
falls.
the light
Holy crap!
gets sucked away from the sun too.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Very-
awesome.
It's
Very
amazing.
symbolic.
And then Han, and then Chewie finally gets to use his bowcaster on someone.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
That's great.
For me, the part of that scene that gets me is it's Han's finally doing what he's been trying to run away from doing this whole time, and that's be a father. But just unfortunately, it's a little too late.
That's that's completely true. I got to get out of here. It's way
Yeah.
too dark for you guys.
Okay,
to see.
The one episode
think
I've
there's-
seen you like.
Wait. There's only 8 movies, right? Cool. I
No.
covered all 8. All right. Cool. I don't know if there is one.
There's got to be one. Babu Frick.
Yeah,
I've got one for 9.
I have
Can-
one.
just-
for that.
can
you
you
gotta have
can
one.
you-
There-
Can
there were good
somebody just tell
moments.
me the entire movie really quick?
There's
there were
the
good-
3PO thing with I'm taking one last look at my friends is fucking awesome.
Nope.
Yes.
I thought it was
Yes.
cheesy. I thought it
It's
was cheesy.
so
I thought it was
good.
trying to get me to care. Nope. It's J.J. Abrams. He sucks.
Somehow Palpatine returned.
I
The thing,
know.
no, real quick. The thing with that 3PO thing is he says, Ray says, you know the odds better than anyone. Is there another option? And 3PO like looks at her really sharply, and then he kind of like looks away really slowly when he realizes like this is the only way. Like I have to do exactly what this is.
I know it's so badly
it's
written,
so
though.
sad.
It's so badly
C-3PO is
written.
a very selfless, altruistic character.
And
I completely agree with
If
you.
you look at his actions throughout all the movies,
Yeah.
he is super like selfless, and he's always wanting to help in any way that he can.
Mhm.
He's so misunderstood.
For me in
No, and I'm
Rise
with
of
you, and
Skywalker-
we'll cover that next week.
No, for me, in Rise of Skywalker, like, I mean, because it's part of the whole storyline that was not necessary, but I really like when Rey hears all the Jedis. I just thought that was
That's
badass
cool,
because they had everybody there.
I don't think Mace Windu should have been in there.
Yeah,
He's kind of a dick.
I don't want to talk about how much I have problems with that scene so much.
There's got to be even Babu Frick. You can't have a problem with Babu Frick.
I don't even know who that bloke is.
I mean, there's
the guy at the beginning who gives him shit.
I will say the scene in the beginning,
the little monkey guy.
The scene in the beginning.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Hey!
All right. No, I think I got one.
Yeah.
I think I got it. Ben Solo fighting Knights of Ren. I like that fight.
Yeah, that's cool.
You're welcome.
Zach, I'll defend this scene when he leaves. But
him shooting the dude without looking is also super badass.
That's really cool.
He's just running and he's just like, oh yeah, by the way, you, and he doesn't even like look back to shoot this dude.
I also like the revisit of.
You can't even see me anymore. So go leader Evan, sorry. Evan, this is your show. Soda, I love to have you on camera. Maybe we'll let you do it again sometime. And Zach, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
and
of course,
I'm sad that you missed our Alien game, and hopefully we can get you on another time.
Yes, please let me know. I'd be down.
Yeah. Well, I know we're doing next week, and we're like quadruple booked just because of what happened last week. So we overbooked just because we lost so many people.
No worries. Just hit me up and I'll let you know. Yeah.
Well, you guys have an awesome show, and I'll try to stay in the comments. My phone's about to die, but I'll try to stay in the comments as long as I can. You guys have a good one.
Take it easy, fella. Thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Thanks for letting me.
No, I also I was gonna say I also love the redo of the scene from Force Awakens with Han.
That's beautiful.
And seeing the other how it the other way it could have ended, and I thought it was good. Like it's funny. I do like Rise of Skywalkers. I don't find it as rewatchable as the other ones.
I can agree. It gets. I don't enjoy it.
I wouldn't call it rewatchable.
No, Zach, with the Knights of Ren scene, real quick, I have to justify this scene, maybe in a way that you will.
Go ahead, because I didn't really care for it. I mean, it didn't do anything for me. So yeah,
I felt the same way.
Make me appreciate it, please present your case.
I felt the same way, and then the more I've watched it, the more I kind of harbored on it, and I was like, oh, this is a really neat concept what they're doing here. So obviously, I love the payoff of him getting. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, but who cares? Like. The Force is balanced.
You can admit that. Okay.
Grabbing the lightsaber is fucking awesome, but like, so Ben is owning up basically to everything that he's done. He is returning. He's trying to save Rey. He basically he's confronting his demons, like emotionally. Like he's going back and he's fighting for what's right for a change. And then that brings him to a point where he has to confront his demons, his past, who these guys, if you know, I mean, you probably read that standalone comic, whatever. Mm-hmm. They're his boys. Like, they're his guys that operate underneath him. They're like pure dark side energy. And he suddenly has to confront all 6 of them at once, and he can't do it on his own. Like, all of them are surrounding him. They're kicking the shit out of him too. Like, they are beating the hell out of this guy. Mm. And then suddenly Rey senses his presence, and she passes the baton off, obviously. And he's able to do it with her help. But the reason I love that scene so much is because it is him confronting his demons with his past. Like, he's using the Skywalker saber. And so it's like he's owning up to the things that he's done. Even though the Knights of Ren are they're not in the movies ever.
Yeah.
Until that point. But I like that scene.
I like that. That helped me appreciate it a little bit more.
I'll
give you that.
That's okay.
I think it's awkward how he doesn't utter a word.
Except ow, yeah.
For the entire final third act of that movie.
It's true.
last thing he says is "Dad."
Yeah,
I think right in the scene with Han.
if you
And
count
from
that,
then-
he says
well,
"ow"
he
on
says
Exegol,
"ow."
yeah.
I don't count that. So
Yeah.
for the whole last like 45 minutes of the film, he essentially has no dialogue and is silent. Which once you like see that and like hear that, you can't unsee it and unhear it, and it kind of is very weird and awkward and noticeable. And I don't understand why they didn't give him like a line or two, just give him to say something.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's kind of distracts me.
The payoff, I think that's more forgivable because, first of all, I wish we could talk all day about what we wish happened too. Like, I'm not like bitter about the movie. I just don't like it very much like compared to the others, especially.
Yeah.
But like the moment that I really like and I wish it had a better kind of payoff beyond this is when Kylo shows up in the throne room on Exegol. And there's that beautiful reprise, whichever, of both of their themes like meshed together. It's like his theme, but it's instead of being like angry and evil,
it's in like a different key.
Yeah, it's like a major. It's the major version. Well, it's kind of still minor too, but it's like it's sad instead of like scary.
Yeah. It's like lighter. Yeah.
So he shows up and his theme plays, and then he walks up to Rey, and her theme starts playing, and they buck up together. Awesome, but then Kylo's out of commission for the rest of the movie right after that scene. So
there's the thing about that movie is there's a lot of great sequences. It's just like Taco said, it wasn't written that well. But there are a lot of great like one scene moments in that movie for sure.
True. So I want to go through just kind of like, I guess this can be where we end it because it'll take a good chunk of time. I want each of us to go through however many movies we can think of that have the one moment that's their favorite. I know Zach could probably recall.
I can tell you every.
He could probably do all 12
movie for me. Yeah.
So to however many you can do, you can do. I don't know which. Do you want to go all at once for each person, or who?
Why don't we go movie by movie?
Episode 1,
okay.
Episode 2, episode 3.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start with Soda.
Okay. For me in episode 1, as I've gotten older, I've realized I appreciate more the emotional moments. So for me, it's the little moment we get after Anakin is taken on the ship when it's him and Padme.
Yeah,
where he's just like it's cold up in space, and you can tell he's like afraid, and she's going to cover him. It's like a nice emotional bonding scene that I think is very understated. It doesn't get talked about a lot.
Yeah. All right, that's great. I like that moment a lot. I think there's a lot of really emotional stuff with little baby Anakin.
Yeah, of course.
All right, Zach, what do you think?
Okay, so I think Duel of the Fates is like the obvious answer. So I'm gonna try and pick a different one because that's
I'm gonna try and stray from the obvious
ones.
It's so
cliche, It's so cliche to say that. So what I'm gonna say instead is, I'm gonna go with from when Anakin leaves his mother on Tatooine.
You son of a bitch.
Up through the scene where the Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul. In the desert, up until when Anakin meets Obi-Wan. You're a Jedi too? Pleased to meet you. Because in that like 5 minutes, or whatever, we have Anakin leaving his mother, his destiny is being shaped in that moment. And then he meets Obi-Wan, which again, like we have like things are happening that will like shape the entire future of the galaxy and of the story. So it's like huge, like important events are happening. And it's just like the beginnings of like, what's to come. So probably like that 5 minute stretch from him leaving home to where he meets Obi-Wan on the ship.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's a great one.
Yep. I was actually going to say Anakin and his mother. When he leaves, there's that beautiful swell.
I know. The Force theme. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a beautiful version of the Force theme.
The like weight of destiny, like crushing down on them.
It's there.
And tack onto that, I want to say that teaser poster that came out.
Yes. Oh my God. Such a beautiful image.
They pointed this out it was like a live show at Star Wars Celebration. David Collins, who does a lot of the sound mixing for the Clone Wars and Bad Batch and stuff. Damn, it's true. It's honestly true.
You are, Taco.
No, so there's a beautiful thing in the score. I won't go into my favorite scene is the Shmi one, but I'll go into this since Zach stole it. But the thing that I never noticed until David Collins pointed it out was Anakin's theme is like this really rich, like sweet, like flute melody, and it's like this beautiful kind of like serene thing. It's like the simplicity of being a kid and everything. And then at the end, it like really, it doesn't do like the whole Imperial March. That would be too like cheesy, but it just does that little like at the very end of the song, and it's
John Williams is such a
chilling. It's awesome.
Yeah, the way he's
also
able to keep those motifs in there ever so.
Oh, it's beautiful. He David Collins also pointed out that the interval structure of the song at the end, the Augie's Great Municipal Band,
it's the Emperor's theme.
It's Palpatine's theme. It's structurally exactly the same as the song because Palpatine is the one that wins that movie.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. But anyway, so that's all mine. Attack of the Clones. Let's go.
Okay, so for Attack of the Clones, for me, it's that entire arena battle. Like that's just so badass.
It is.
Like for the most part, there's a lot of that movie. It's kind of some good moments. For the most part, kind of boring. But when that hits, all bets are off. Like that entire. I'd actually say the entire third act, to be honest, because even like when they're chasing after Dooku, right into the fight with Dooku, the old Yoda fighting, I'll go with the entire third act.
Hell yeah,
yeah, that's got to be mine too. The Geonosian Arena battle. I would say from the beginning of that scene, from when they're chained up and the creatures come out, up through when all the Jedi arrive, and all hell breaks loose because, for one. It gave us Fisto, who was my favorite Star Wars character, and also because
with that beautiful smile.
I know that's just a winning, that grin, and because we, the Jedi, the lore and the hype, so we know what they can do and we've heard about it and everything, but we hadn't seen it yet. And we saw the Jedi Council and Phantom Menace, but they didn't really do anything. And then here we are, Attack of the Clones. We see them in their full, at their height, at their peak, in their full glory, all out in a big battle. And it's just, and it was so built up, and it was so satisfying to see them all with their lightsabers and just, going at it with the droid army. And yeah, it was super it was like a dream come true. Because I was 8 years old when I saw that, and it just it completely blew my mind to see all these Jedi, and it was just exactly what I wanted to see.
What year did that come out? Was that 02?
02.
Yeah, so I would have been 15. Damn. Yeah, I would have been 15 when that came out.
I was 6. Yeah. Oh no, I was 5 when the first one came out, or when Attack of the Clones came out. I turned 16.
I saw all 3 of the prequels opening weekend in theater.
That's fantastic.
And it was actually when I went and saw Sith at the Giant Colossus movie theater in Langley, BC. They actually had costumes on there, so they had the Trade Federation costume and stuff like that.
Oh wow, that's cool.
That's great. I would also say that specifically the moment that I love the most is when the LAATs descend upon the Petronaki Arena.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome. That's it's I hear that in Lego Star Wars. The first time I hear that song, every time in the movie, I'm like, oh, Lego Star Wars. I also really like. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say when I'm done this current playthrough of Lego Jurassic World, I'm gonna go back and play Force Awakens.
Yes. Oh, I haven't played that one actually.
That's a fun game, man.
I'm too busy waiting for Skywalker Saga. I'm so excited for that game.
It'll be a while.
Yeah, it'll be a while. I'm ready for it. But I had the complete saga on the Wii, the 1 through 6. Nice. That was my shit for a long time.
Me too on the PS2.
Yeah, that's a great game.
But your other moment from the
I really love when Anakin goes to find his mother. But the Duel of the Fates reprise there, it's really intense. I think he's even driving through the pod racing circuit. I'm pretty sure the stone. It's not the Stone Needle, but the Stone Needles.
Is it the Canyon Dune turn?
Yeah. Oh, and here's Skywalker on the Canyon Dune turn.
Yeah.
No, but that whole segment is really beautiful, and it's he's got so much intensity in his face. It's fucking awesome. Anyway, let's go. We're going Clone Wars. We'll go chronological order.
Oh gosh.
So I'm gonna have to sit this one out.
That's okay.
I've not actually seen it.
That's okay.
I don't even know.
Oh, there's a moment, Zach. There's a really great moment.
What is it?
Okay.
Punky Muffin? No.
But, no, I've said this 1,000 times on the show, but what kills me,
unfortunately, is right there.
Is oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn. No, I think it's gonna come.
I get what
I was
what's
gonna say
what's
when
yours?
you mentioned Punky Muffin, I was just gonna say when the funny. I've said this probably 1,000 times. People have probably heard this before, but the funniest shit with me is like when TC70's like, Jabba wants you to bring back his little Punky Muffin, and Obi-Wan's like, Punky. It sends me every single time.
Taylor is so good.
Yeah,
the way he says it.
It is.
I don't know if I have a favorite moment from Clone Wars though. I
That's
guess
okay.
when Anakin first meets Ahsoka, because that's an important that's an important moment. But I don't know. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot great that stood out.
Like big moments
that stood out in that movie.
I think the one that stands out to me every single time. It's in that first act. If like basically the whole show or the whole movie is like 3 or 4 episodes cut together.
Yeah,
it's how it's framed. And this is it's like toward the end of the first. Like you can tell this is where the episode approximately would end.
Yeah.
Anakin and Ahsoka just beat all the combat retail droids or whatever. And he says, "You would never make it as Obi-Wan's Padawan." But you might make it
as mine. Yes, that's really good. I like that.
Heartbreaking. I'm just like, oh man, they love each other so much. Like, it's great.
Well,
okay,
she wasn't in the live action movies.
I know. Yeah, it's like, why didn't she in Revenge of the Sith? I don't know.
Yeah.
No. So okay, Revenge of the Sith. Speaking of which,
for Revenge of the Sith, for me, it always hands down will be the Mustafar fight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a great one.
I just remember watching that in theaters, just on the edge of my seat. Badass, and also in the Star Wars Episode 3 video game that was out for the PS2 at the time was also one of my favorite levels to play as well.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. That level on Lego Star Wars when you're playing it with a partner is such a huge bitch. That level is horrible because you keep. One of you will always make the jumps correctly, but then the other one will always fall into the lava pit. My wife and I have only successfully beaten that level like one time together.
I've never done a co-op.
It's terrible. It's that and the pod race are like impossible co-op.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great though.
Oh,
is that
don't mind this? Pay no mind to the person over here.
Is that Kevin?
No, it's not Kevin. It's my other friend.
Is it? It's not Jared.
No, it's not Jared.
Damn it! I don't know
this guy. He's just hanging out. Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay, so for Sith, I'm gonna go with what I think is an underrated duel in all of Star Wars, which is Yoda versus the Emperor.
Oh my god!
Yeah. Because of the symbolism of it, because they are literally fighting in the Senate, in the Senate, return to destroying, the Senate chamber, which is the very symbol of democracy in the Republic, and they're crashing through, destroying everything, and it represents the literal destruction of democracy.
Yeah,
and I think that gets overlooked so often, and I love that duel.
It's perfect.
Because of the whole metaphor of it.
They go into the wait. What did you say, son?
I was gonna say, isn't that where Yoda realizes just how powerful of a Sith?
Oh yeah, he gets walloped basically. No, but when the hall opens up and they take the platform up into the room, and then the shot opens up really wide.
Of the Fates starts playing. Chill.
Perfect. No, there's behind the scenes footage of making of the Phantom Menace. It's during the scoring process. Like George is talking with John Williams in like early 1999. And he's saying, so this is the theme that we're going to bring back in the third movie. At the end of this movie, it's going to really tie this whole trilogy together. And that is exactly what they did.
He did have a plan. He did know what he was doing.
It's beautiful. It's like the perfect, literally, it is the duel of the fates. It is like everything coming to a head. I love them all. I also love in that duel, Palpatine tries to flee and gain advantage. Like he tries to leave his office, basically. Like he jumps to get to the doorway, and Yoda stops him dead in his tracks, and he says, "If so powerful you are, why leave?"
Why leave? So when I saw that in the theater for the first time, when Yoda took out the two royal guards, like that, like nothing, the audience like cheered
Yes.
and like went crazy. Like,
I
they were
would
like,
too.
oh damn, they were like, some shit's about to go down. Like,
And
like
it did.
the audience went wild when he took those 2 guards out. It was like,
It's
it was okay, like we're
incredible.
we're in for something, like something, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be good.
Right.
Yeah. And that version of Anakin is like my favorite version of him to look at. Like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. No, I agree. It's no, that's okay. So I guess I would probably. I love the Battle of Coruscant. Like the visuals of that scene are really nostalgic for me. Like I mean, I was a kid in 2000. I was 8 years old basically when that movie came out, and that movie is like the peak of like my early childhood. Like that's like I was obsessed with that movie in particular. I had like towels, I had notebooks, I had like probably a good 75% of the action figures. It was beautiful. That's an incredible movie.
I do also want to give props to the shot of where Anakin turns his head and he's got like those yellow,
the eyes. Yeah.
eyes. It's like that's right there. It's like he's gone.
It's beautiful.
He's not there anymore.
No, that's cool. That's cool. We'll breeze through these. I just want to say my favorite one after this is also the "This is how Liberty dies" moment. I think that is the perfect head to the political storyline. I think it's beautiful.
Her only good scene in that movie.
No, I think it's great. It's I think
you don't like, so love has blinded you.
Yeah, you don't like her brushing her hair on her doorstep. Also, why is she brushing her curly ass hair? I don't know why that is. Anyway, if you have a favorite moment from Solo, we'll do Solo and Rogue One together. So go ahead and we'll name those each if you have one.
From Solo, I'd probably say just for fun's sake, it's where Han finally wins the Falcon.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah. It's a little fun, but also too, if we're gonna go action wise, it's gonna be the Kessel Run.
Yeah, Kessel Run's awesome too. All right, what do you have? From Rogue One as well?
Yep, from Rogue One. It's the whole third act because it's just such a well shot war movie. It is just it's so beautiful, and I also like the end shot too of when the blast washes over Jyn and Cassian.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Yeah. It's a beautiful third act, I would say too.
Yeah, and then
Oh, go ahead.
No, are we gonna keep going with the movies or?
Oh, I was just gonna. Those are the 2 standalones, so we could do chunks. Okay. After this, we'll do the whole trilogy each, and then All right, so Zach, you're 2 from those.
I gotta agree with Soda. I think for Solo, probably the Kessel Run or any scene with Lando. Donald Glover was amazing in Solo. Any Lando scene is my favorite scene in Solo. I love everything he did in that movie. He was great, and I can't wait for his standalone series. Yes, perfect casting. But probably the Kessel Run, or when Maul shows up, just because that was like such a shock at the time, and it just like blew my mind.
It was
he agrees with you. Is that there's one I do want to throw out as well. Oh, sorry, it's for Rogue One. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Say for Rogue One, it's when Jin's reading the message from her father.
Oh yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Oh yes. And for Rogue One, I also have to say Battle of Scarif. It was just perfectly executed. The space battle, the ground battle, the ACTs. Where the team all pulled together and we're taken out one by one. It was tragic, but and the Vader hallway scene. I guess the last, the end of Rogue One. It was fan service, but it was perfect. It was
biggest pop in the theaters for them in the movie.
Did you you gave your other Rogue One scene, right? Did that just happen? Or
yeah. I'm all out.
No, okay. Solo, I really like. I rally against fan service all the time. I don't really give a shit about fan service.
Same.
But the one pure moment of fan service that I actually really fuck with is when Chewie gets to sit in the cockpit for the first time with Han.
Yeah.
The Star Wars theme flares up, and I'm just like, oh, oh, come on. Rogue One. Yes, I also really appreciate the Death Star scene, like where she's seeing the message with her father, intercut with like all these little moments of Galen saying like the flaw is so small and insignificant they'll never find it. You see Krennic looking proudly, and then it's intercut with Jeddah City being obliterated.
That was really well edited. That was well edited, and the musical score was great.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's chilling.
surprisingly for how little time we had to do.
Galen's
this
whole monologue.
Yeah.
That was a really,
he says
effective
he
scene.
says like my Stardust right when the Death Star
Yeah.
eclipses the sun.
We call it the Death Star.
There's no greater
better
name. Yeah. No, but my favorite scene in Rogue One is Cassian's speech. The whole "I couldn't face myself if I give up now." I fucking love that moment. That is the heart of the rebellion. It's beautiful. Anyway,
and also let's not forget K2SO's death.
Oh yeah, all of them. I mean, like, yeah, it's tragic. Okay, real quick, let's do each of our 4, 5, and 6 all at once.
Okay, so obviously Binary Sunset, for New Hope, like that is definitely the best. And then in Empire, I don't even know what my favorite. You know what? It's the Hoth battle. It's the Hoth battle. I do like the special edition tweaks they made to it, so they fixed the effects.
Yeah,
I think that enhances it. And then for Revenge of the Jedi, it's
you did something inadvertently.
Revenge of the Jedi.
You inadvertently said the original title.
Revenge of the Jedi shirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Yeah. No, for Return of the Jedi, it's everything Ewok centric.
Nice. Oh, okay. That's a good pick.
Especially where C-3PO is telling the story of.
Yes,
I love that.
Yeah,
because he said he's not much more than an interpreter, not very good at
telling stories.
Yeah,
and then he tells stories.
It shows how much even he's changed and grown over the course.
With the sound effects and all that stuff. Yeah,
Tico Cobbin.
Yeah, Tico, I know
the. Guru Sarlacc.
Yeah, so I go with that to bring
Vader.
Yeah, to the introduction of Ewok Village and that stuff.
Yeah, I love that scene too.
Yeah.
So for me, A New Hope, I gotta give it a tie. The Cantina, and the Trash Compactor. Both of those are super special and important to me. The Cantina, all the aliens and creature designs are part of what just like sparked my imagination as a kid and help make me fall in love with this galaxy, seeing all the unique aliens and stuff. Because I love I've always loved all the alien creatures and everything. It was part of what got me into that. Sure. And the Trash Compactor scene is just like classic, like serial action.
It's perfect.
It's the humor, the suspense. 3PO thinking he killed everybody. It's like, oh man, and yeah.
Things for sure we're all gonna be a lot thinner.
I wasn't fast enough. Curse my metal body. Yeah. So then for Empire, it's another tie. It's when Luke first meets Yoda, just because Yoda is being such a troll, and it's hilarious, and seeing that kind of like capricious, like mischievous side of Yoda. It's so funny, and like Luke's getting so frustrated, and he's hitting R2 with the cane. Mine. It never gets old. But my other one would be when Yoda lifts Luke's X-wing out of the swamp.
Yes.
Because and I think my favorite Yoda quote / moment is when Luke says I can't believe it. Yoda says that is why you fail. Like that, so powerful, so deep. And that for me is that's my ultimate Yoda moment. So that's my other pick for Empire.
Yeah, the X-wing thing, doesn't that come back again in the new prequel? Like Luke
in Rise of Skywalker.
It
does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. And then in Return of the Jedi, it's the entire first half hour. So
nice.
The beginning, Jabba's palace, Rancor pit, sail barge, Sarlacc, all that, because that to me, the whole gang's back together. It's this like high-spirited, swashbuckling action, and that to me is the essence of what it's pure. Like that to me is like what Star Wars is, and that's like it's so feel good when Luke, ignites his green lightsaber. You're just like, let's fucking go, and he starts swinging it around like a freaking baseball bat, and just all the aliens at Jabba's palace, and just it's just like high fantasy swashbuckling action adventure, and that's what I love about Star Wars.
Awesome.
Nice. What about you, Evan? I'm
gonna go through my 4 or my 3, I guess. So okay, episode 4. My favorite moment has to be the use the Force scene. Actually, I love I get really teary when you hear Obi-Wan talking again, and he's like, like knowing what Luke becomes, you're like, oh, this is the first moment. Like he gets to do it.
Yeah.
I also always forget that Han comes back. I get so swept up in the action. I'm like, oh, Han's back. Oh, yeah. I love that. I know. Nice. And so okay, Empire. I also love Zach steals all my scenes. Apparently, I love the X-wing lifting.
Yes.
I'm somebody who is super uncertain all the time. I doubt a lot of things, and seeing Luke's doubts being crumbled right in front of his face is so powerful. It's so emotional for me. I love that scene. In Jedi, I love the scene on the bridge on Endor when Vader says it's too late for him. Like it's not that he can't come back, or it's not that he doesn't want to come back. It's that he can't. He says that it's too late. Like it's beautiful. I love that whole sequence. And I love that movie ends with Luke sadly watching his dad his father's body burn. Like while everyone else is celebrating, Luke is basically like just having a funeral by himself. It's really sad. It's beautiful. Okay. Anyway, if you have sequels, we'll go real quick. I know Zach has to leave. Are you going to do the sequels?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry.
We'll do it quick. Rapid fire.
Rapid fire.
So in Force Awakens, it's Chewie, we're home. It's real, all of it, and of course the Kylo Ren and Han Solo scene. In Return of the Jedi, The Last Jedi, it's everything from Holdo's sacrifice to the end of the movie involving the Resistance and all that stuff. And then in Rise of Skywalker, hands down, it's Rey hearing all the ghosts.
Nice.
And then of course the fight with Kylo and Rey, and I didn't mind the kiss. And then of another one, the callback to the Force Awakens with Han.
Yeah. Okay, solid moment.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Zach.
For me, for Force Awakens, it's got to be Finn and Poe escaping the Finalizer together in the TIE Fighter and getting to know each other and just hitting it off and that chemistry. Oh my God. Like it's just like, it's like electric. Like they just like the chemistry is so good. It's exciting. It's like, yes, like, I love these two guys. They're going to be great together. Like we're in for a fun ride with them. So there's that. For Last Jedi, I would say the entire throne room scene from Snoke's death through Rey and Kylo versus the Praetorian Guards. That was just so like the choreography, the visuals, like I don't know. That was an epic fight scene.
It was badass.
Very definitely badass. And then for Rise of Skywalker, this might come as no surprise. Given my Empire pick, but it's actually when Luke lifts the X-wing on Otero. See, man, good night. It's because I mean, you call me a sucker for fan service, whatever.
But it's a solid moment.
It is what it is, but I feel like it completes Luke's arc because he did what he wasn't able to do back then, and he comes full circle. And it's just, that's actually the one moment in episode 9 that made me tear up. And I've just felt so like proud of Luke in how far he had come and, how he, how much he'd grown and changed. So yeah, that's my pick for Rise of Skywalker.
I should go back and rewatch that tonight. It's been a long time since I've watched it.
People in that movie, people say that Luke catching the saber and saying a Jedi's weapon deserves more respect. They say that's a middle finger to Rian Johnson.
I think it's not. I think it is.
No, it's not. It's absolutely
petty.
Not.
It's a petty. No,
it's a joke.
It's a dig at Ryan.
It's a joke based on what we know happened. But what I'm telling you is the Luke that is at the end of The Last Jedi would be the same one to pick up his blade again. Yeah. So I think it tracks. It's not like a change in his character. He's not like he's understanding like, yeah, what the fuck was I doing? Like, why did I?
You know what? I think it was a middle finger.
It was,
but I like your rationalization, and
I think it's in line with the character.
I choose to believe your explanation. However, I don't think that was the intention, but I like your idea, and I'm gonna believe that to be true.
I don't think it was middle finger. I think it was more. Just like,
I think it's a joke, based like for the audience.
Yeah, I think it was more making fun of him than a massive FU personally.
Right. I think JJ ultimately agrees with a lot of the stuff that Rian Johnson had done. Obviously, other things not, but I think that's one of the things where Luke tracks through the sequels.
Yes. See,
his character has a cohesive arc.
I prefer your justification. However, I think
it's true.
I don't think that was what they were going for, but I
don't think it's headcanon.
I like where your head's at.
But okay, so my last 3. 7, I love when Rey catches the saber. I fucking like that. That's the moment I was like, oh, Rey is so cool. Like she's
in theaters.
So great. Yeah, no, hearing everyone just light up in the audience for the first time, like you're like, what? Rey's gonna be the Jedi? Were you kidding? Like, oh, it's awesome. It's so cool. Like, it's fantastic. I love that. I love in The Last Jedi the scene, the last little bit between Luke and Leia, where the best line and one of the best lines in that movie is "No one's ever really gone."
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful sentiment that carries throughout the whole movie. Like all the
very prophetic when it comes to Carrie Fisher.
It's true. It is. That's a beautiful moment. I love Luke and R2 on the Falcon also. I call it a fan service thing, but like the hologram coming back is genius. Like that's such a good storytelling method. Like beautiful.
And that moment is the only time we ever see Luke smile in the sequel trilogy. Is when he sees R2. He lights up, and for a second, it's like young Luke again. It's like a kid again.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and it's like
sequel trilogy.
Yeah.
And it's so sad when he steps onto the Falcon too, and it's like nobody's there, and the cockpit lights up without him, and it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And in Rise of Skywalker, I don't really like. Okay, so I have conflicted feelings about this movie, but the one moment that I really think works, if you can take yourself out of the movie and just enjoy this one scene, I love that it is an army of civilians that comes together to destroy the First Order. I love that moment where Poe peels around the side of the Star Destroyer, and there are literally like 15,000 starships, all coming from different corners of the galaxy to destroy a common enemy. And it's like,
and the only time we hear the Star Wars theme song in any of the movies.
Yeah. Oh well, not necessarily. It's Luke's theme in the original.
It's like the end credit theme.
Yeah. That's true.
The main.
Yeah, that's true. The credit. Okay, that's fair. And then then it cuts to the admiral on the starship saying, it's not. They have no navy. It's just people. Like, holy shit! Like all these people just came out to do this. Yeah, and I love that.
What's that admiral's name?
It's Admiral Francis Gris. I was trying not to be a dick. You think I don't know this shit?
No, I knew you knew it. I was just
who lost to Thomas Harper?
Making sure.
Who got to lose to Thomas Harper?
I just wanted to hear you say the name. I knew you knew it.
Of course I know it. The name is like a play on the actor's name too. I forgot what his name was. It's like Francis something. Like it's really on the nose. But anyway, so those are our favorite moments. Zach has to get out of here. I have to get out of here.
Yeah.
So everybody, thank you for watching. This has been a great show. Zach, thank you for being on. Where can we find you? What are you up to?
That was cool. Yeah.
You're on the Schmodown.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Jedi Master Misu. I don't have too much going on. I've been so busy working. I'm working on a TV show right now, and this pretty much takes up all my time. So I don't have too much in the works right now. I've just been pretty much working on the show like all day, every day. But hopefully I'll have some stuff coming up soon. So
is it a show that's known?
Yeah. It's called P Valley on Stars. It's about strippers.
Nice. Hey.
That life, the set life. Zach is a busy man. He's doing great work out here. Soda, where can we find you?
You can find me on 6 of the 7 shows on this channel every week. And also at soda_the_saxman on my personal Instagram and Twitter.
All right, cool. Look up me at Evan Bushcar on Twitter. Just guess the spelling. You'll probably get it right. I don't know. But goodbye 50 as well. It was great having you here. I'm gonna be in a couple Schmodown matches coming up. And that's, not necessarily a couple. I'm confirmed to be in the tournament, is what I mean.
I mean, you're gonna do pretty well.
Maybe. But yeah,
you're gonna get a couple matches. You'll get.
I'm hoping I will. But stuff's coming up. Follow me on Twitter. I do a bunch of shitty drawings all the time. So I just posted one of me today as Bill Paxton's character from Spy Kids. Nice. It's really shitty and weird. So look me up. everybody, thank you for watching. Thank you for being on, everybody.
Thanks for having me. This was fun.
And all right, have a good week.
You too. See you guys.